Hola clase, hoy vamos a estudiar los números del 60 a 2 millones and the verb I. We've studied numbers 0 through 59 already, so obviously we need to practice them again some more. Bien, here you have the numbers. We'll be taking a look at a handout that you can go over as well. This one has a little bit more information here on this page and some more examples of numbers. So we have 60, 70, 80, etc. 100. So number 100 is 100. Once it goes to 101, it becomes ciento. So 101, 102, 103, 110, 110. Hundreds are plural, doscientos. And also feminine, doscientas. 300, 300. Some hundreds are irregular. 500, 700, 900. The number 1000, not 1000, but 1000, 2000, and it follows the natural order, 100,000, 1,000,000, 2 millones. ¿Está bien? The verb I means there are and there is, or rather there is and there are. Bien? So practice that, study that, and do your pre and post exercises. We will take a look at these concepts a little bit more. Bien. So numbers to millions. Remember the number 1 from before has gender. And except for the number 11, numbers that end in 1 also have gender. So that includes as well hundreds. So, hay un libro para esta clase. Hay una mesa. So this is well known to you from the first unit when we looked at indefinite articles, which have the same form as the number 1. But now in the hundreds, hay 200 libros, hay 200 sillas. So hundreds, except 100, have gender. 200 libros, 300 sillas. Bien. Another thing to note is that the number 20 ends in E, 20. The numbers 30 through 90 end in A, 30, 40, 50. This is why 23 can be written as one word, because E is a vowel that is almost semi-closed or close to closing. It's easy for E to merge with the E. 23, 23, 24, 24. But the I is a very open vowel, and it cannot merge with the E very easily. So 35, 37, and not 35, 37. Although native speakers will say it that way, you'll hear it a lot. In spelling, we can never combine them. Okay? So we always have to spell 30s upwards as 3 words, 31, 32, etc. Another thing to note is that we don't use the E indiscriminately. We don't add it here and there with numbers. We only use it where it appears in the number. And it appears in the numbers 31 through 99. So 99. I don't add it anywhere else. ¿Está bien? The word for 1,000, as I mentioned when we were looking at the Canvas page, 1000, not 1,000, right? 1000 estudiantes, 1000 estudiantes. But if it's a number other than 1, then yes, we say the number. $3,000. Bien. Another thing to know with this, with thousands, since many of the years we mention are in the thousands, we always say the year long form in Spanish. So 1920. We never say 1920 or 2020. 2020, el año 2020. 2020. The only time you might hear 2020 referring to the year is somebody who speaks Spanish but grew up in the States and has the influence of English in their Spanish. But Spanish outside of border Spanish, you will never hear it as a year. It'll always be 2020. Bien, with millions, there's a little bit of a trick here. So whole millions, if they're followed by a noun, they take the preposition de. 1,000,000 de estudiantes, 2,000,000 de estudiantes. But if the million is not a whole million, right? This is not a whole million. It's a million with some other numbers. Then it doesn't take this de. So it just functions as a normal number. 3,258,367 personas. Notice the gender in the hundreds. 200, 300, they match personas. 3,258,367 personas. Bien? Make sure you have that gender agreement in your hundreds. So for class practice, you're going to practice saying these numbers out loud. When you have time at home, you can practice writing them out as well, and then saying them out loud. So 310,000, $310,000, 94 ventanas, 123 cuadernos. Bien, practice that. Let's take a look at our last handout for numbers. Los números. So here we've added some questions that you can ask. ¿Qué número es? What number is it? ¿Qué año es? What year is it? ¿Qué números hay? What numbers are there? So let's take a look at a couple of these. Imagine this one has several numbers in there. I could ask, ¿qué números hay? You might find el 1, 50, 1000, etc. ¿Qué año es? Es el año 2020. 2020, etc. So practice saying these numbers aloud and asking the appropriate question for the picture. ¿Qué número es? Es el 850. ¿Qué año es? ¿Qué números hay? ¿Está bien? Nos vemos en clase. Adiós.